Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be attempting a chatty get ready with me. I wanted to come on here and just talk about just the topic of loving makeup, not necessarily loving excess. So I just wanted to come on here and talk to the people who, like myself, come to YouTube for that fix and sometimes kind of get drawn into the whole excess world of makeup here on YouTube. And I just want to kind of talk through it and just kind of talk about how I prevent myself from really over consuming on a lot of makeup products that at the end of the day I'm not either can't afford, I don't have room for, or I'm not going to use. So really trying to be intentional and focused on the products that I purchase, and just making sure that my collection is sustainable, it's manageable, and it fits my lifestyle. So I am going to do this get ready with me style. I will not be mentioning any of the products that I'm using, because if I do that I will 100% forget what I'm talking about. So it's just gonna kind of just be me putting on makeup just so you guys can watch something better than me just yelling at you. So I wanted to do it in this fashion, and I do have another eye look with the same palette. This is the Elcie, the Minimalist Mauve series palette. You guys know I am in love with this palette, but I do have another eye look with this palette here on my channel, so I will so for you guys, if you want to check that out, and let's get into it. Alright, so if you want to see this eye look, check out the blog. I got a blog now. I will put the links down below, but if you want to see how I did this eye look using the Elcie Minimalist, the Mauve series palette, which I do have a recreation video here on my channel as well using the same palette. So, but definitely check out the blog if you want to see how I did this eye look. Okay, let's get into it. I've already done all the prep work. I got primer on everything. I'm going to go ahead and go in with my foundation, which is the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made. Alright guys, so let's chat. Let's talk about the fact that love of makeup does not have to equal love of excess. Now let me also say, the person who I'm talking to right now, because I don't want anybody who just loves their makeup to be offended, because that is not what I'm trying to say or my point at all on this video. So please, please, please do not be offended. My whole point on this one is, if I'm talking to the divas like me who don't like excess, period. Let me paint the picture. Okay, so if you're like me, then you have people in your life, like your everyday life, who like to talk about makeup. They wear makeup, makeup is functional to them. They do like talking about it every so often, but they don't want to sit around and talk about it all day every day like I do. Now I do have some fantastic YouTube friends who are quite close to me. Hey y'all, hey girls, who definitely fill that void for me as well. But on an everyday basis, I don't have people in my life who like makeup as much as I do. So what ends up happening is that I end up coming to YouTube for that makeup fix. You know, whenever you come to YouTube and, you get into that beauty community, you're watching other people who love makeup just as much as you, if not more, and you're kind of getting that fix you need there. What's out there, what their thoughts are, reviews, demos, tutorials, you get all that kind of stuff. But again, YouTube is where I get that fix. Now that's great, that's fantastic, and which is one of the things I love about the platform, is that everybody can get their fix. But the problem with that is that another downside of the platform, especially when it comes to the beauty community, is that we have kind of become numb to expensive makeup and excessive collections. This is the judge-free zone. I'm talking to my divas who, like me, we aren't about that excess life, period, in any other areas of our life. And so what ends up happening is I end up coming to YouTube. I get that fix of the makeup, the reviews, the newbies, and all that kind of stuff. But I also get desensitized to having a large collection of makeup and dropping a lot of coin on makeup. And again, I'm not blaming anybody. It's not the YouTuber's fault. It's not the beauty brand's fault. Like, it's nobody's fault if I don't know how to control my own spending. That is nobody's fault but my own. So I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just coming on here and kind of chatting about it for a second. Alright. I'll fix it. I'll put a minute. Okay. Now I'm going to try this new concealer out. I finally got my hands on the e.l.f. Camo. We're going to see how this goes. I've been excited to try it. I'm going to use it right here. Downfall of already doing your makeup. Put it in the darkest points of my eyes because it's a little dark. And I already know that a little goes a long way, so I'm not putting that much on. Then going in with my Too Faced to add that lightness. Okay, something right here, something right here. Alright. Okay. So what was I saying? So yes, so that's who I'm talking to, and that's my whole problem. So I come to YouTube, I get that fixed, but I also get desensitized to the excess and to, you know, the high dollars. And I think that's where you have to be honest with yourself and come to a fork into the road. So, you know, if you are that girl who just really likes buying makeup and doing all that, and you don't have any problem with dropping a lot of coin or having a large collection, then girl, that is fantastic. You are definitely in the right place. But if you are like me, and you know you can't be about that life, number one, I don't have the room. I don't have the room for that kind of storage of makeup. You know, I have a very small space, and I can only be taking up so much of it with makeup. Number two, I'm a very simple girl when it comes to makeup anyways, and so if I have too much of a collection, it's not going to get used, and that's going to make me a bit upset. So for me, it's all kinds of things. There's a whole bunch of reasons why I can't be that girl, but money, space, and lifestyle are the main reasons why I cannot become that girl. So with that being said, I gotta be honest with myself, you know. I have got to learn to adjust, and I'm actually getting to a pretty good point, I will say. I feel like I like where I am right now. You know, for a little bit, I was just going in, y'all, and just buying all kinds of makeup as soon as it came out, you know. I would see a review, or I'd see a demo, or I'd see something on my Instagram post, and I'd get excited, and I'd go and I'd buy it, and that'd be all there was. And because of that, I now have still a small collection of makeup, but a lot of it I do not use. And so knowing that is what has really prompted me to really rein it in, y'all, because I was buying stuff and nothing was getting used. I was still reaching for the same things. I was still doing the same routines, because the reality was my lifestyle just wasn't one to justify having such a big makeup collection, and neither was, you know, my techniques and my skill level. So I just had all this makeup that I just was not using. I still have it. I'm getting a little bit better. I gave a lot away, but I still have a lot of it. And my makeup collection is small. Like it's really small. So I'm not even going to pretend like it's huge. It's still a very small collection, but it's still too much for me. Still too much for me. And so I want us to be honest with ourselves and realize that if you're not a person of excess, which is fine, don't apologize. That's actually, you know, good for you, girl. But you got to be honest with yourself and say, if you're not a person of excess, don't be influenced to become that person if that's not who you are. You know, like me, I use the same couple of foundations, I use the same concealers, I use the same stuff every single day, and so I don't need a huge collection. Now don't get me wrong, I love trying out makeup, so I'm gonna keep reviewing stuff and trying stuff, but that doesn't mean that I need to get out of control. You know, I need to realize, I need to be able to look at something and be like, girl, do you really need that? And if you get it, what are you gonna do with it? And honestly, guys, that has really stopped a lot of my recent purchases. I'm not even gonna lie, just really being real with myself and saying, girl, what you gonna do with that? What you gonna do with that? You know, like where's that gonna fit in your routine, huh? Are you gonna pick that up? And I mean, that's really stopped a lot of my purchases. But I mean, it's hard. It's something I struggle with every single day, and I think it's something we all struggle with. But I know going into the holidays and with this another VIB sale, it's very important that we really step back and we say to ourselves, does your lifestyle fit this excess of makeup? If it does, if you are someone who reaches for something new all the time, or if you are someone who, you know, you like creating a bunch of different looks, or you're someone who, like, you know, just continues to always try different things, then you might have an expansive collection, and that might work perfectly for you. But for someone basic like me, who's doing the same basic eye look every single day, who's beating her face the same basic way every day, you know, yes, I want to kind of step out on the weekends or special occasions or whatever it is, but on a regular basis, I am basically doing the same thing to my face. So therefore, I don't need that complex of a collection, especially when it comes to specific things like a base or blush or bronzer or things like that. You know, those are areas in my collection where it makes sense for it to be small. Go ahead and set my face. Now, you guys know I love the Urban Decay All Nighter, but because it's a little bit cooler right now, I have gone back to my Omalewa, which is a beautiful, beautiful setting powder. Oops, I forgot to fix my brows. I'll fix that later. But it's a beautiful, beautiful setting powder. So here's what you gotta tell yourself. You gotta be okay. You got to be real comfortable with coming on YouTube, getting your fix. So coming on here, watching your favorite people, your favorite haulers, your favorite tutorials, your favorite demos, you know, your favorite reviews. You gotta be comfortable with coming on here, watching that, getting that fix from those people you trust, those people you love, those people that you want to support, because I come to YouTube for that education, for that entertainment, for that community, you know. So because that's why I come to YouTube, I've got to be able to get what I need from it, but be my own person, you know, be smart about these things. Some of my favorite people do hauls, they do lots of reviews, they try out lots of products, you know, they're always on the up and up of the new and just released, and I applaud them and I support them because I can live through them, I can get my fix through them without spending the dough. And that's where it comes down to being real with yourself and being able to tell yourself whether you really need something or not, or if it's just a splurge. Now and again, if it's a splurge, then definitely go for it. My whole thing is I'm always trying to balance out the splurges with the needs. So I might have a list of products that I cannot wait to try, and they might be in some online cart somewhere. But just because I have those on my list, or I have them in my carts, or I have them in my wants, does not mean I'm going to hit PayPal for that every single time I see it. I'm going to be able to control myself a little bit and say, that's interesting, I kind of like that, let me do a little bit more research. Maybe, you know, whenever I run out of something, or, you know, then I'll have plenty of things already in my cart that I'm already interested in, that I've already kind of done some research on, that I know I'm actually intrigued because they've been in the cart for a while, and it's not just some random I saw it so I want to buy it type of situation. Like, these are things, that's not as dark as I think it should be, but that's okay. That way, when it is time for me to buy something, splurge on something, or re-up on something, or to just go time for me to be able to spend that beauty budget, then I already have a collection of items that I'm feeling good about, that I'm feeling confident about, and that I know are worth my purchase. That looks splotchy, doesn't it? So I come on here to say and remind us, as I normally do. Normally, you guys know if I make a video like this, then I'm really trying to remind myself, but thought I'd come on here and share as well, and thought I'd try to do something different and try to put it in a get ready with me style, which I think I failed miserably, but that's okay. That is okay. Not bad. I need to fix those eyes up just a little bit. Okay, guys, so I don't know how much on topic that I was able to stay. I did realize, like, kind of going through it. For all y'all out there who can do a get ready with me and stay on topic, y'all are the real MVPs, because that is a lot harder than I ever imagined it to be. So I probably didn't stay on topic. The end result is you don't have to be, just because you love makeup doesn't mean you have to love excess. So it's okay to love makeup, to love watching it, to love reviewing it, to love swatching it, to love talking about it, but not being okay with having this massive collection that is just not sustainable, and it's just not bringing any joy or use to your life. So it's okay to love it without needing a bunch of it. So I hope this information helps someone else out there. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up, and while you're here on my channel, take a look around, see what else your girl has to offer, and if you're liking what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.